cracking, gang? It's T Nasty, and I'm back with another banger for you guys. When it comes to picking your favorite fighters, many people choose the heroes to be their favorites. And I understand why. Everybody loves a good guy, an underdog story, and hell, a lot of my favorites are the heroes as well. But also, I can appreciate a good villain. Not just a guy that everybody can't stand, but one that antagonizes the fan favorites, antagonizes the crowd, and everybody loves to hate him for it. People want to see these guys lose and see the heroes of the division defeat them. So today, I'm going to be picking the villain of every UFC division. As we all know, the scripts have been written, and these guys are the antagonists in every division story. Once again, these are not just guys that me or a lot of the fan base hates. In fact, some of these guys are my favorites. But these are the bad guys of the UFC, and people can't wait to see these guys lose. Alright, enough yapping, boys. Let's get right down to it. Y'all know I like to start with the flyweights. Starting us off, we have Makhachev. Now, Manel is just a maniacal villain in the flyweight division. He talks shit to everybody. He doesn't always back it up. I mean, that fight with Makhachev was unacceptable. But he goes out there and just suns these guys. He's also just incredibly based. He even mogged Adesanya, which almost makes him a hero in my book. But we all know he is evil and plotting against everyone at flyweight. He is certainly the villain of that division. Let's move on to the bantamweight division. This one is pretty obvious. We have Umar Nurmagomedov. He is very clearly the bad guy of this division, lurking in the shadows and now on the heels of a title shot against Merab. Merab is ducking him, by the way. But Umar is mysterious and scary, and he is Dagestani, so the people love to hate him for that. This guy is just on a tear through the division. I think he's a future champion for sure. Everyone in the top 10 is running from him, but he's the bad guy in this division for sure. Next up in the featherweight division, I mean, who else could it be? Ilia Topuria is a demon, literally and figuratively. I mean, the way he called his shot against Volk and Max, it doesn't get any more devious than that. He stole Volk's belt. I mean, his shtick is kind of ripped off from Conor, but I respect it low-key. And he backs it up too. He may be short, but this dude is terrifying. He has left a path of destruction through that division, antagonizing all the fan favorites, all the GOATs, and antagonizing the fans along the way. Topuria is a demon and absolutely the main villain of featherweight. Moving on to the lightweight division, we have another obvious one. This man, Islam Makhachev, just has that villainous vibe. I know he busts out evil laughs on the regular, but for real, Islam is just a bad man. He is pretty scary. Many of the top fighters were ducking him on his run to the title. They were so terrified of him, and rightfully so. He's so dangerous in every area of the sport. I'm getting off topic though here, guys. The main reason he's the villain is he's destroying all the fan favorites. I mean, he finished Dober, Hooker, Green, Oliveira, Volk, and Poirier. That speaks for itself. This guy is undoubtedly the villain and the final boss of his division. Now, as for welterweight, this one is tough. I mean, we have Colby Covington, who obviously portrays the heel persona. He was pretty good at it back in the day, but his shtick is getting old. He ain't even a heel anymore. He has go-away heat. If you know, you know. This guy is fucking cooked too and washed as hell. He got sunned by Leon Edwards, so I'm not wasting any more breath on this bum. Then we have Kamaru Usman, who was hated at one point in time and kind of had that villainous vibe up until a couple fights into his title reign. He's almost more of an anti-hero at this point though. The one that is solidified as the new villain of this division is Belal Muhammad. This is another one who is one of my favorite fighters. I predicted his title run years ago, so it feels so good to see him stick it to the haters. But this guy knows how to cut a promo and rile up the fans. He has everyone mad and wanting to see him lose. He's antagonizing Leon, Usman, Colby, Shavkat, even guys in other divisions like Topuria and Strickland. Belal is goated in my eyes, but he is definitely the bad guy of this division. Everybody wants to see this guy lose so bad. He's like prime 2011 The Miz. But yeah, Belal Muhammad is the villain at welterweight. Moving on to the middleweight division. The villain in this one is Khamzat Chimaev. I mean, this guy just looks evil as hell. I don't even think I need to elaborate on this one, but I'm going to anyway. He absolutely destroys guys when he fights them. He calls out everybody, acts like a complete serial killer, literally threatening to kill people. The most villainous acts he has perpetrated were against the Leech and Robert Whittaker, two of the most beloved fighters in the UFC, and he absolutely dismantled them. This guy has been antagonizing the UFC for years now, and he's coming for that middleweight throne. The villain of middleweight is Khamzat Chimaev. Now for light heavyweight, we have another Dagestani man and my boy Big Onk, Magomed Ankalaev. This man has been slowly terrorizing the light heavyweight division. He either finishes his opponent or absolutely dog walks them every single time, no exceptions. He has been non-stop trolling Alex Pereira since UFC 307. You can't say you're going to finish Poatan twice then say Chamo. That's just disrespectful. But Ankalaev is a menace, and he's on a killing spree towards Alex Pereira and that light heavyweight title. He loves to antagonize the other fighters and the fans on Twitter. This man Magomed Ankalaev is without a doubt the villain at light heavyweight. And then last but not least, the villain of heavyweight and possibly the whole UFC is Jon Jones. Another one that is self-explanatory, but I'm going to elaborate anyway because I cannot let these Jon Jones fans slide. The most failed steroid test in UFC history, assaulted his fiancée in front of their children, hit and run on a pregnant woman, threatened to kill a drug tester, and a dirty fighter. Need I say any more? My boy White Piece already took care of him. Seriously, go check out that vid after this if you're a fellow Jon Jones hater like myself. He bodied his ass, but I seriously don't understand how he has fans. He is a terrible, evil person. Not to mention, he is ducking the hero at heavyweight, Tom Aspinall. He antagonized all the heroes of light heavyweight and dismantled all of them. Luckily, our firefighter superhero, Stipe, is going to TKO his ass at UFC 309. Jon Jones is the main villain of the whole UFC and absolutely the villain at heavyweight. Alright. Let me know down in the comments who your favorite villain is in the UFC. Let me know how wrong my takes are. Spoiler, they're not. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave a like, drop a comment, click subscribe, hit the notification bell, share this shit on Facebook, become a member, create a second account, and then repeat all those steps for me. Respectfully, if you are not doing all these things, you're just a straight up casual. The most test-maxed, handsome, hardcore MMA fans are subscribed to this channel. But anyways, I'm out. Take it easy, gang.